Next time when you board an airplane and fasten your seatbelt, remember this. You are sitting inside one of the most complex machines ever created by humans. But have you ever wondered, how is a giant airplane actually made? From sheets of metal and thousands of parts to a massive flying machine that can carry hundreds of people across the world. Today, we'll take you inside the factories of the skies and uncover the fascinating step-by-step journey of how airplanes are made. Every airplane begins not in the factory but on the engineer's computer screens. Teams of aeronautical engineers spend years designing the structure, aerodynamics, fuel systems, electronics, and safety measures. They create 3D digital twins of the aircraft, simulating airflow, stress tests, and efficiency. Nothing is random. Every curve, every bolt, every rivet must meet strict aviation regulations and pass hundreds of tests before the first part is even built. Once the design is ready, it's time to gather materials. Modern airplanes are built from a mix of aluminum alloys, titanium, carbon fiber composites, and high-strength steel. These materials balance two critical needs: strength and lightness. For example, carbon fiber is as strong as steel but almost half the weight, perfect for wings and fuselage sections. Giant rolls of composite sheets arrive at the factory, ready to be cut, layered, and baked into strong panels. The fuselage is the long cylindrical body of the airplane where passengers sit. It is not built as one piece. Instead, factories create it in giant sections. Automated machines bend sheets of aluminum into curved shapes. Robots drill tens of thousands of holes, and workers use rivets to hold the panels together. Windows and doors are cut precisely, reinforced with frames to handle cabin pressure. Once ready, each fuselage section looks like a hollow tube, waiting to be joined into the main body. If the fuselage is the body, the wings are the soul of an airplane. Inside wings are not just fuel tanks, but also complex structures of ribs and spars, giving strength and flexibility. Huge machines layer carbon fiber sheets and bake them in enormous ovens called autoclaves. After curing, the wing surfaces are polished, fitted with flaps, slats, and ailerons, all moving parts that control flight. The wings are then connected to the fuselage with giant bolts stronger than tank armor. At the rear, the airplane's tail, called the empennage, is built. It includes the vertical fin and horizontal stabilizers, which keep the aircraft stable during flight. Like wings, these are built with composite materials and carefully attached to the fuselage. By now, the airplane starts looking like a massive bird taking shape. The airplane's heart is its jet engines. Interestingly, airplane factories don't usually make engines themselves. Companies like Rolls-Royce, GE, and Pratt & Whitney manufacture them separately. Each engine contains thousands of precision parts: turbines, compressors, fans, rotating at incredible speeds. When the engines arrive, they are mounted carefully under the wings or at the rear, using huge cranes and precise alignment tools. Now comes the most spectacular stage, the final assembly line. Imagine a building so huge that it can fit several football fields inside. This is where the airplane comes to life. Workers guide massive fuselage sections into position using overhead cranes. The nose, mid-body, and tail sections are joined together like giant puzzle pieces. Wings are lifted and bolted onto the fuselage. Engines are attached. Landing gears, each the size of a small car, are installed. Slowly, the skeleton of the aircraft transforms into a complete machine. An airplane is not just metal and engines. It's also a flying computer. Inside its body, technicians install hundreds of kilometers of wiring. These wires connect everything: cockpit controls, lighting, entertainment systems, sensors, and safety equipment. Each cable must be tested to ensure there are no errors. because even a single fault can be dangerous. Now comes the part passengers care about most: the cabin. Seats, overhead bins, galleys, restrooms, and entertainment systems are installed. Airlines often customize this step, choosing layouts from economy only to luxurious first-class suites. Every seat, screen, and panel is crash-tested and fireproofed before installation. Step by step, the cold metal tube turns into a comfortable flying home. By now, the airplane looks complete, but still has a dull metallic skin. Next stop, the paint hangar. These hangars are so huge they can fit an entire jumbo jet inside. First, the fuselage is carefully cleaned and primed to protect against corrosion. Then, teams of painters, sometimes robots, sometimes humans, spray layers of paint across the aircraft. The paint is not just for looks, it also protects against extreme temperatures, UV radiation, and weather. Airlines often request unique designs, from simple white and blue schemes to colorful liveries that make planes instantly recognizable at airports. Fun fact: painting a single large aircraft can take several days and requires hundreds of gallons of paint. With paint finished, the airplane is rolled back into the testing bays. Now it's time to wake up the giant. Engineers switch on the power systems for the first time. Screens in the cockpit light up, control panels come alive, and the aircraft starts acting like the computer it truly is. Every button, switch, and dial is tested by engineers to make sure it works exactly as designed. Landing gear is extended and retracted, wings are flexed, lights are checked, and cabin systems are powered up. This stage is called the power-on test and marks the moment when the airplane truly becomes more than just metal. Before any airplane can fly, it must prove itself on the ground. Engineers start with fuel tests, filling tanks to check for leaks. Hydraulic systems are tested under pressure. Control surfaces, flaps, rudders, ailerons, are moved repeatedly to check responsiveness. Then comes the engine test. Ground crews start the engines for the very first time, carefully monitoring vibrations, noise, and exhaust. At full throttle, the jet engines produce enough power to move skyscraper-sized machines. So planes are chained to heavy blocks to prevent them from rolling away. This test is so loud that surrounding areas often feel the ground shake when a new aircraft roars to life. After passing ground checks, the airplane is allowed to move under its own power. Pilots drive it slowly across the runway in a process called taxi testing. They check steering, braking, and responsiveness at low speeds. Then comes high-speed taxi testing, where the plane accelerates almost to takeoff speed, but stops before lifting off. This ensures the landing gear, tires, and brakes can handle real-world forces. Finally, the big day arrives, the maiden flight. Only the most experienced test pilots are chosen for this job. Surrounded by chase planes and ground monitoring teams, the new airplane races down the runway. The engines roar, the nose lifts, and the massive machine leaves the ground for the very first time. This flight is not about passengers, it's about safety. Pilots test stalls, sharp turns, climbs, and descents. Engineers on the ground receive live data about performance, fuel efficiency, and handling. Only after several successful flights does the plane move on to the next stage. Airplanes are among the safest machines in the world, and that's no accident. Before any aircraft is handed to an airline, it undergoes thousands of safety checks. Regulatory authorities like the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, or EASA, European Aviation Safety Agency, inspect every detail. They check cabin pressure systems, emergency exits, oxygen masks, evacuation slides, and more. Fire drills and emergency simulations are conducted to ensure passengers can be evacuated in under 90 seconds. Only when every requirement is passed does the aircraft receive a certificate to fly commercially. Once certified, airlines bring in their customization teams. This is where cabins become unique. One airline might install luxurious first-class suites with beds and private doors. Another might go for high-density seating to fit as many passengers as possible. Entertainment systems, lighting styles, seat upholstery, carpets, and even airline logos on headrests are fitted at this stage. Slowly, the airplane becomes not just a machine, but a flying brand identity. After customization, test pilots take the airplane out again for acceptance flights. These flights are often done with airline representatives on board. They test cabin systems, check noise levels, evaluate takeoff and landing performance, and verify comfort levels. When the airline is satisfied, they officially sign off the purchase. Finally, the moment arrives. Delivery day. The airplane is polished, decorated with the airline's colors, and rolled out for a small ceremony. Airline executives gather at the factory, and the aircraft manufacturer officially hands over the keys to the airline. In reality, this means signing papers worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Often, the airline's first crew flies the plane directly to its new home airport, a tradition known as the delivery flight.